Yesterday was a very bad day for the Democratic Party, all because of one man, Joe Manchin. Yesterday, Joe Manchin shot down 3 different Democratic efforts because he's who he is. The first one, and possibly one of the most important ones, is that Joe Manchin came out and said that no matter what, he is never going to vote for another extension of unemployment benefits here in the United States. Not when he says he knows the vaccines are out there. So no, you don't get extra unemployment payments. You don't get that extra $300 a week that the recent stimulus package continued for you. Nope, not going to do it. Everybody buck up, suck it up, get back to work. I don't care. I'm Joe Manchin. We are having a bit of a employment issue right now, I guess you would say, to a degree. Studies show that it's actually not as bad as politicians like Manchin and all of the Republicans are making it out to be. But sure, you do have in some areas, there's people that don't want to go back to work for these low-wage jobs that are going to continue the cycle of poverty that these people have been living in for their entire lives. And you cannot blame those individuals for that. Okay, that's not their fault. That's the employer's fault. You want people to come work for you? Pay them more money. And if you say that your business cannot survive if you pay your employees more money, then guess what? Your entire business model was built on paying poverty wages to your employees, and that's a crappy business model. Joe Manchin also said he would not support statehood for Washington, D.C., even though that city has a higher population than several states here in the United States. But sure, Manchin says it's unconstitutional, which might be one of the dumbest things he's ever said, because no, it's not unconstitutional. We've added states in the past, buddy. I don't know if you realize that, but it's not like our forefathers, founding fathers, landed in America, said we're starting a new country after, a couple hundred years, and then boom, 50 states. No. It grew gradually over the years, new territories. States split and became 2 states where they once were 1. You're an idiot, Joe Manchin, if you think that it's unconstitutional to turn D.C. into a state. The third thing he did was he basically shot down any hope of the For the People Act, the massive voting rights expansion that the Democrats are working on, of becoming law. So that's a pretty big one. And all of this, again, this was all Joe Manchin. Because Joe Manchin is a piece of crap. Joe Manchin is a horrible, horrible human being with horrible policies, literally telling us he's voting down things that are hugely popular. Why? For what reason? What does he have to gain from this? His own constituents are telling him things like For the People Act, like, we want this, do it. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. What are you going to do? Well, hopefully they're going to vote your ass out. And I know you just started your new 6-year term, and that's ridiculous, but Manchin's got to go. Manchin has to go. And I think that maybe if the Democrats win enough seats to maintain power in the Senate, get above that 50 threshold in the upcoming midterms, I think first order of business is kick Joe Manchin out of the party. Kick him out, all the way out. Say, you can still call yourself a Democrat, sure, but you're not going to caucus with us and you're not going to have any committee assignments should you remain a Democrat. You want committee assignments? You switch over to a Republican, which is what you are, but you get the hell out of our party. Win back just a couple of seats, Democrats, in 2022, and you can do that. And let me tell you, it's not going to hurt you. Okay, it's not like, we're losing the vital Joe Manchin vote. The man is out there actively obstructing your agenda just as well as Mitch McConnell would. So send him over there to work with Mitch if you get the numbers to be able to do it. You only need like 2 or 3. I think that's doable, and I think kicking Manchin out of the party is worth losing that seat, because even with him pretending to be a Democrat, you don't really have that seat anyway. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel for fresh content every single day of the week. Just smash that subscribe button, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and share the video.